Previously on Abandoned and Forgotten Places, episode 45.
Look out! Look out! That's gonna come down. Look at the size of that pocket. No wonder the miners work so hard to get up in here.
All right, let's see if we can get out of this mine going this direction. I'm having my doubts because if you could easily get out this direction, the miners would have done so also instead of making that makeshift rope. Well, we'll see. Still following that vein of limonite, but it's not as it's not as good through here as it was back there. On the floor, there's all kinds of power cords. There's safety dynamite fuse laying everywhere up in here. So we've got to be careful not to step on any unexploded dynamite. This is a carbide tin. Carbide back in the 30s, 40s were sold in 3 different sizes. This right here is the medium-sized carbide tin, and that's what they put in their lamps. They added water to make acetylene gas for their lanterns.
All right, well, we got ourselves another ladder.
What I'm not liking about this one is the bottom of it isn't sitting on the ground. It's actually tied from a point higher up. So I'm gonna have to look at this real close and see if it's safe for us to go any higher here. So give me a moment. I'll be right back. All right. Well, there's really no way that I can get up this crazy ladder, hold a camera and 30 pounds of rock. So bear with me, guys. So you're gonna get a little bit of helmet cam footage here. We've got a bad rung right there. Watch out for that. But all we need to do really is just get to this little less steeper ladder right here. Yeah, this is looking much better. Okay. Now, we're almost there. I gotta get off this ladder. This is really, really nasty. Okay, we're past the worst of it, I think. Working our way higher and higher here. We got one more really nasty part. So I'm gonna try to get right up there. We'll see what I can do. Okay. So I was able to get past that really nasty part. Oh boy. All these rocks are weighing me down. I'm gonna have to set them aside for a moment. There we go. And we're gonna go up there to see if this does in fact turn into an exit. Oh, we have an artifact here. There's a 1960s can of motor oil, and well, I'm not quite sure what that is, but I think this is going to choke out, guys, unfortunately. Well, maybe not. It does, it keeps on going. Well, I gotta go. I'm gonna have to go back and get the rocks. We'll be back. All right, guys. I'm almost certain that this does exit the mine, but oh boy, it was a bit too crazy for my camera person, so we're gonna see if we can get up. See, I am seeing a false floor up here, and hopefully that false floor will lead to another level. We're so close. It's like it's a screaming wind tunnel through here. Just a little by little. The problem is all this loose rock. All this loose rock is crumbling underneath me. All right. Almost out of here. Oh yeah, boy. There. Boy, if anybody out there has ever had a colonoscopy, now I know what the camera feels like. Oh man, let's get out of this hole. Okay. There we go. Well, at least we got to see what was down in that winds. The air coming out of here, I'll bet it's blowing at 5 to 8 miles per hour coming out of that hole. And that's how these mines breathe, because you get, but what's happening is you have a differential in barometric pressure from the base of the mountain, okay, to the top of the mountain. And the differential between the two, you're getting that adjustment of air, and that's why mines breathe. You always know you're in a stagnant part of the mine if you get into a section and it starts getting really smelly and full of bats, because there's no air circulation. But this mine here has really good circulation. All right, let's see what's on this next level. Oh, here we go. Well, that answers that. There's where all the there's where it goes out, right there. Okay, well, we're not going to go outside, not quite yet. I want to finish exploring this. Goes up into a big stope up there, And we've got a drift going off this way. Let's explore the drift first. All right. It'll be interesting to see what they're trying to intersect up in here. Notice how they started going that way and said, nope, wrong direction, and they made a hard left. They're cutting back towards the core of the mountain. And yeah, they did get into a, they got into a little bit of limonite through here. There's even some dendrites running within that limonite right through here. But it looks like over here, they were, I think they were backfilling. Let's see. Well, it does go, and there's I can see a modern ladder up in here. Let's check it out. There was some rail on the floor, and what do we have here? They have a pocket they were working on up there. That's the ladder right there that I was telling you about. Okay. Turning around. Oh, here you can see a nice example of the strata running through here. But this big pile in front of me, they were just backfilling. And there's nothing up in there. Let's see if we can climb up this little baby ladder and see what they're doing higher up. Looks like an aluminum ladder off of an old camper. Well, if it's good enough for them, it might be good enough for me, right? Let's see what's up here. I'm not gonna go the entire way. I just want to see if there's another hidden drift up in here. And no, there's not. It's just a small pocket. It ends right there with our friendly neighborhood bat flying around. Okay, let's go back to those other stopes. All right, that's where we came from. We've got a little drift going off this direction. And here's another one of those screens. Homemade screen. So you guys are probably wondering, okay, how did this thing work? Well, since I used to be a gold miner, I can show you how it works. So that leg goes down. Okay. And actually I probably should rotate it here so you guys can see better. Okay. You put the legs out like that. Put the legs out like that. All right. And you got yourself a shovel, right? For right now, I'll just use my hands. But if you had a number 2 shovel, you're throwing it up there like that. Okay? So that the fine material that falls through is going to end up on the pile on that side, and that's what you're going to haul off the mountain. So when these modern prospectors were in here, they probably had a crew of a few guys that were up here chipping into the limonite formations, and then they had another person down in here with a sledgehammer, probably beating rocks to a pulp and throwing them up on this screen so that they can haul the material down off the mountain in powder form. All right. Let's see what's going on up here. Oh, neat. I can see daylight up in here. Cool. Okay. All right. We're coming into a nice big room. What do we have on the floor here? An old push broom and someone's lunch, ranch style beans. There you go. My camera person already ate plenty of those and hotboxed me earlier in that tight squeeze, so that's enough of that. You. All right. Check this out. Oh my goodness. You know, for a moment there I thought that this mine was done and all of its coolness has played out, but it just keeps getting better and better. Wow. Look at this vein right here. That's 4 to 5 feet tall. Look how they're working that. Look at the size of this chasm. Oh, that's pretty sketchy, huh? I don't know if I want to trust that board. I think I'm going to walk around it. Wow, it's like Carlsbad Caverns up in here. Would you look at this? Okay, I see some more coolness up here. I'm just loving every bit of this. So this is what's called a ballroom. That's what the miners call these really large spaces. And I've seen ballrooms that are so large, they're 2 to 3 times this size. And when they start to get that large, they would leave a pillar in the middle holding up the back of the mine. And the nice thing about those pillars is, you know, they had to leave them in place, which means they're also leaving really valuable ore in the mine to hold up the back of the mine. So that means that there's going to be goodies in those pillars. But in this situation here, I can see what they were doing. The vein started outside, and then they started working into it, and then as they got into this section, it turned into like a big limonite pocket. Think of it like a giant bubble, okay? They cleaned it all out. This stuff on top of the hanging wall up here, that's just calcite. It's worthless. But if you wanted to, you could continue to work into the vein, go in that direction. Just incredible. The size of this. This is really cool. And it's got a skylight. The big ballroom area is right over there. I wanted to show you this one last time. A nice close-up of the limonite that they're working into here. I got footing right here. Look at the iron oxides coming out of that. Just beautiful. So if this mine was producing 0.97 ounces of gold per ton, let's just round it up and say darn near an ounce per ton, you would have to sit here all day long and chisel and blast a ton of this rock and take it off the mountain and grind it up into powder in order to get that 1 ounce of gold. And that's a lot of hard work. All right, I think we've got one more at it. It's about halfway down the mountain and we didn't get to it on our way up here. Let's head down there and see if that holds any treasures. We'll see you down there. So here we are. We're outside the mine looking into that big ballroom area. I was just telling you about the pillar. Like right now, all this rock above my head is being held up by this pillar right here. And just for added safety, somebody put this in place right here. Yeah, I don't know. That looks pretty sketchy to me. What do you think? Okay, let's head down the mountain. All right, so we worked our way a little bit further down the mountain. We've got one more adit to explore for this mine. Let's check it out. I was looking down on the ground here, not seeing any footprints. Nobody's been in here for a while. Okay. All right. We have something going off to the right here. Why don't we explore that first? Does it go anywhere? No. Wait, I think it does go around the corner. Let's take a look. Or does it stop right there? Yeah, it just stops right there. So we're working our way back to the intersection. Kind of interesting here, they had to put these timbers up because this section was starting to fall down. You can see all the big rocks that are slabbing up there, falling down on the surface of that. The drift keeps going off this way. Yeah, this is some really cool wood. No, but that's gonna be it. Here is the end. But look, we've got some really cool looking dendrites right here. See the fan dendrites? A lot of people think that those dendrites are fossils, and they're not. Dendrites are made out of manganese. As the manganese, it's working its way through the rock. All right, well, that's gonna have to do it for this mine, guys. I really appreciate you coming along. And I'm gonna put the Big Goodness rock up on the eBay site. And you know the old saying, if it fits, it ships. So hop on over to the eBay site and put a bid in on Big Goodness and help support the channel. But we're gonna get on out of here. Again, I appreciate you all for coming along, and I'll see you again next weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.